Yeah, not much color this morning, but there's some clear. And the moon. And so much for having a dry morning because it rained most of the night. So anyway, there's your morning. Not much of a sunrise, but could be worse. Could be cloudy like up that way. It ain't too heavy a cloud. I can see past it. I can see the ridge up above, but between here and there it is. Okay, another day, another whatever. At this, they all think they're hungry. I don't know why. Yeah, I stopped by the rain gauge and looked. We got about 2/10 overnight. Just enough driveways getting wet. Do that every other night. The ground never really gets dried out. And yeah, I know my voice is kind of screwed. Too much snot lately. Yesterday wasn't the best at a certain particular point in time. I was chumming for the dogs, I guess. So this morning, the throat and the ribs. Oh, that wasn't supposed to be a full one. That's okay. It'll go the other direction. Those were 2 buckets to the steers. That's what I got other buckets here for, right? Pick up one of these and flip it around and there. Now it's ready. Now you got to see that happen, and look, we went from the middle of that window, about where that finger line is, down to the middle of that one. Fill that up when I fill the other bucket to go to the steers. Start over here because they get hay fed in here, so I don't like burying their grain. Their grain may be filtering into whatever hay is there, but Anyway, all right, I'm gonna feed. Okay, there's a little pink now. Not showing up quite as good on the screen. Right between those 2 bins, it's really beautiful. But hey, there it is. And it's actually light enough to see to walk out here now. So I told you we got 2/10 overnight. And I thought it felt kind of chilly in the trailer this morning. Yeah, that's because it's 33 degrees out. 33 degrees and wet. It sucks the freaking heat out of everything. I'd rather have it like it was here a week or so ago. Be 28 degrees and not wet. But that's how it goes. There's no number 1 today because apparently they're loading containers with bags of grass seed, not on the pallets today, where Maury's been helping out. Container was supposed to be in there yesterday morning and never showed. And it was supposed to be yesterday afternoon, and I don't know if it showed or not. But then they're supposed to have a couple of them today, so they were short of help. Yeah, I'm never short of help, right? So, but Ron says he's going to be here after work, so it gives me about 6 or 7 hours of dinking around by myself. Save the stuff I need help with for this afternoon. And yeah, cold and wet. My nose is getting worse as I'm out here. My fingers are already froze up to my wrist. Guess I just can't keep them dry. So as soon as I hose the shit off my shoes, I go back over there where there's some heat. Not that I have much inside the shop to do at the moment, but all you do look around, there's always something to do. Kind of like that pile of tin and those poles. I still want to move those. I just don't know where yet. Okay, that's definitely enough of this little small talk for the morning, right? Unless we can get a decent shot here, and I don't think it's going to happen. I like to get things where they're silhouetted. Dairy farm I used to haul silage to, and I used to drive by every day coming out here. always beautiful when the sun was in the right spot. It would silhouette every pole in the barn. And not like your little barns. It was really, really pretty. I just can't get that here. The poles in this barn are below the sunrise. Oh well. Alright, more later. Hey, box is empty. Like anywhere else, the extras are back there, kind of behind the toolboxes. I opened the one bucket. It's right there. Haven't tried it yet. We're going to see what this does. Their threads are pretty good. It took a couple tries to get that thing threaded on. It wanted to go crooked. Everything's kind of snug. That's a good thing. And, look, it doesn't leak. So, I got something I'm going to try this on. Because over the years, the bad thing about having cats in a barn, they get into things. And by the way, our days really went to, I was really hoping she was just going to pressure wash the hell out of the inside of this. She didn't. She didn't want to get it too wet. She got it damp enough though. And it smells like cat piss everywhere. That's what I don't like about cats. And I haven't even primed the pump on this yet, but there we go. Figure how I want it to spray. Oop, that's off. Turn it the other way. I want to get a little bit of a stream. I don't know how much of this stuff to use, but it already smells better. So, hey, if I spray it on here now, and by the time I figure it's kind of dry enough to do anything out here, because it's a little damp, in case you couldn't tell. I don't know where all the cats piss in here, but I know they get it on everything. I'm going to give it about that much, and we'll see how bad it smells later. Yesterday it was kind of nauseating. I snuck up here and laid over the seat to do a couple of things, and luckily my clothes didn't smell like cat piss after leaning on the seat. So, hey, it's got a, I don't know, don't really know how to describe the smell, but it's not unpleasant, let's put it that way. It's way better than cat piss. So I guess I'll put this back here with most of the other stuff, if it'll fit somewhere. It ain't gonna fit anywhere though, so it'll get the ground floor. We'll put it right there. Becky's in town, so I've got nothing to drive unless I move a truck and trailer out and get my service truck out. So she's going to get me something in town. Number 2 went to get gas earlier, and she needed to run to the house quick, so I watched it forward. When the nozzle clicked off, the hose finally burst. Not bad, it just sprayed a little tiny bit. I mean, it probably didn't get more than 2 or 3 ounces, but I got to change the hose on that, and I don't have one. So she's going to pick one up. When she gets back, then I got to do that. In the meantime, dink around. Being I had to change a hose. That kink right there, it's where she started leaking. Cut the ends off, save them. They're a decent barbed end. They just don't fit real good when you go to put things together. I don't know why they always make them too good. Well, too deep a thread. I just wiped off all the wet stuff with those 2 paper towels. All 3 pieces here, the plexiglass, the ring, and this. So now we're going to see what one of these big Mule wipes does. I don't expect it to take the rust off, but it's cleaning the other stuff up all right. Until I drop this thing on the floor and then get mad. I may as well. Look at that. 1 pass over and that's cleaner. Let's see what it does with all the good colored stuff here. See if it does anything. Hey, I know I keep putting my hand in the way, but look at that. I'm not really scrubbing super hard. I'm just here. There it is. I'm going to say that for this being the very first wipe I've pulled out of the bucket, the dirt, grain, and steel is correct. They're pretty good. When I mentioned that a while back in a video, I had a few people tell me that they are awesome. So, who am I to argue, right? Yeah, it ain't going to get through the moss and the crap growing right there, but sure got through that stuff nicely. If I had the time and it was warmer outside, I'd repaint this and go repaint the other half too, but yeah, you know, I might still repaint this. I don't have that color, but doesn't really matter. Or just leave it like this, that way it still matches the other one. So, anyway, hey, I can almost read that again. Chevron, regular gasoline. That's what we originally had. So when we got to put the pumps in, God, I don't know, late 70s, I guess. And then we were getting everything from Cenex, so they put their sticker on it. And now we still get it from the co-op, but, well, we did get it from the co-op. They sold their fuel division off a couple years ago. Still the same driver, still the same trucks. But anyway, so, yeah. If you want to see the before, just, yeah, scroll back a little bit. You'll see it. Okay, there's that after just wiping it down with a paper towel. You know, I didn't expect it to get that stuff off. That stuff you really got to scrape off. Same with what's stuck in that groove. And this was black through here. And that's pretty good. I mean, I could have done a little more, but I think I did enough. And I just took after this with one of the old Gojo ones. With a lot more scrubbing. It's cleaner than it was, but I mean, you can still see some stuff there. And obviously, where the plexiglass fits in is still full of crap. And I haven't touched the plexiglass yet, other than I wiped it off with a rag to begin with. So, I'm going to say that big mule is pretty good stuff. I'm going to go over this with one now and see if it knocks the rest of that stuff off. But I got to have both hands for that. Quite literally, about a minute later, I dug that big mule rag out of the garbage because it looked like that. I mean, that ain't something I'm going to wash my hands on. And I used a little bit cleaner spot, like right in here probably. I did probably the same amount of scrubbing, but the Gojo wipe just kind of quit taking it off. That's why I quit with it. That's better. So, oh, I missed a spot. Oh well. Nobody will see that unless they squat down and look up. And there's no reason to do that around a fuel pump, right? So, the only thing left to do now is get that plexiglass cleaned up, and I'm just going to go ahead and use that wipe. There's enough clean spot on it for that. And put her back together. Okay, I have no idea why we haven't been able to get it started for a while. Plug wires are all on good. They're not that old. Popped the cap. Everything looks beautiful. Went ahead and filed the points just because they're breaking. Power to the coil. Everything seemed to be like it should. Cat spark. Still didn't get it to run. Cracked the fuel line over there and it sprayed fuel clear out past the other tire. Closed it up. Ron hit the switch. Thumped the throttle with one hand and spun her over and she fired right up. The only other thing I did do, I did tap around the carburetor after I put that gas line on, just in case this needle was stuck. So, hey, there you have it. One International Straight 6. It's going to go into a 3-wheel buggy. She still purrs like a kitten. And yeah, look at our beautiful afternoon. The fog came in about an hour ago. And if you notice, there's no more lines in here. Between me and Ron, and it was a pain in the butt. Ron almost rolled himself out to the barn. All the sprayer and foam marker lines are tied up on the inside, and all the hydraulic lines here on the outside. I pulled all the spray and foam marker lines, and he watched stuff when I was pulling it out. Coiled them up and tied them, and when it came to the hydraulic lines, I was trying to feed it from the front, and he was pulling back here, and I come to check on him, like, what are you doing? He says, well, he's actually, you know, back here somewhere. He says, I was going to see if I could roll my way down to the barn. He gave it a jerk, and it didn't come, and he went. So, anyway, purring like a kitten. That's what I wanted to hear. They ain't going to get the booms off today, hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully it's a decent day to do that. We'll pop the booms off, and it shouldn't take long to get the tank off after that. And see how much of this stuff up here we're going to destroy, because I ain't going to pull the engine and tranny out separately, and I'm not going to fight it. We'll probably end up having to nose it into the shop a little to take part of it apart and then do it to it. So anyway, be the end of the day, other than one more thing I want to show you, because I'm going to make Ron wash his hands. And we're going to see how that works out here in a minute. By the way, it was running there with the choke on, now it's without. That sounds more like it. The old girl just goes and goes and goes, so hopefully she goes and goes and goes for another 40 or 50 years. I don't have to worry about anything. Alright everybody, I'm gonna see what those big Mule wipes do with Ron's clean hands. He's gonna be a hand model today. I think that's the clean one. Yeah. Magic video, now we're inside. He's got that nice towel. Towel's already dirty and he hasn't even started. He's kind of like watching Charlie Brown.
Pen?
Yeah, pig pen. Ron and Ben, I don't know. The guys we got hang around here, they're always dirty.
Man, they don't give a shit. They just get into their work.
So what do you think, Ron?
I think it worked pretty good. It's a combination of shit from my work and here.
See, I told you he's a hand model. He can't walk with it, damn. He may as well be a hand model, because he'd never make it down the runway.
Oh, an 8 mile runway is a quarter-mile trip.
100-foot runway is a 1.5 mile trip for you. So, hey, I'm going to say they work. So, that's the second rag out of it, and that one's in good enough shape to use again. So, it can go in the other bucket there and wipe some residue off when he figures out how to run the paper towel roll. I know how that goes. Sometimes that thing will end up spun clear out here on the floor, and you're looking back going, oh, crap. So, anyway. Yeah. You know, can't expect total miracles, but if he'd have tried a little harder, he might have got a little bit more.
Some of it stained from work.
So, anyway, everybody, thanks for watching. And, hey, hit the like button if you would. Subscribe if you would. That'd be nice. It's kind of neat to see the numbers go up, but they keep going down. I don't know. What am I doing wrong? Yeah, life is life. It is what it is. As long as it doesn't go down too much. Then you can keep watching commercials, right? Oh, hey, look, there's another bucket up in there. Oh, yeah. And that stuff? Yeah, the inside of that sprayer sitting outside smells a lot better. Ron even commented on it. I told him, hey, go stick your nose in there. And he stuck his nose in there. And I said, you smell any cat piss? And he goes, no, it smells good. So we're good there. All right, I'm going to finish putting tools away and let y'all go. And then I got to go feed. Yay.